Fuck. I was so close. Zombie Grub, I was so close.
Oh, that's so good.
You guys don't even understand because you didn't hear what I said.
How is that so coincidental?
You didn't hear what I said. I was so... Fuck. God damn it. I don't even want to stream today now. Don't go type in all caps in chat. Don't know what happened. I was just...
Oh, you could not have asked for better comedic timing. Come on now.
Yeah, for those who don't know, I was actually really proud because I opened the stream and I didn't leave Zombie Grub muted. Apparently I left myself muted. I had the transition set. I had the right resolution so we didn't have to do an awkward restart on the stream. Oh lord. I feel dizzy. Okay, let's move on from that. And you didn't hear me just now discuss all the players. So once again, just to give some really sick readouts, we have some players that we're used to seeing. We got the Keens, the GuMihos of the world. You know, the guys who come out to a lot of these tournaments. But, oh, there he is at the last moment. I see Major on there now. We got Kelazur, we got Cloudy, all playing from the team house over in Korea, the BaseTradeTV team house. But then we also have some pretty fantastic and famous names on this too. You've got Innovation, you've got Sue, you've got Stats, you've got Zest. I mean, this list is fantastic. I'm so glad to see Classic on there again. I really hope one of the names that I don't recognize, like, because, you know, there's some Korean names and whatnot. I really hope Root Hero signs up again, though. He was showing some really fun games all last season.
Yeah, he was. Protoss in general have been playing some wonky games. Oh, no.
Oh, look, there's the notification alert that's working.
Well, at least that's working. Thanks, Wyneck. Nerf simulators.
And thank you, Turpin 1000 for the 27-month resub as well. Says, thanks for all your SC2 work. Woo! Also, while we were in bed and sleeping, preparing for this, well, I didn't, but more on that later, we broke 4,000 on Matcherino. Woo!
Yay!
Some one generous soul actually donated like $96 or something. I was going to go look this up, but Matcherino's giving me problems logging in, so that's a little bit awkward now, isn't it? I guess I could type !mega in chat, and that'll just give me the link. There we go. Ba-boom.
There you go. That's in your noggin.
Yeah, because I saw this, and I want to give him a very special thank you. 47ness. I don't know if you're online with us now. Maybe we'll see you later in chat, but he says 4K hype, and he donated $96. That's super generous and super awesome. And of course, now we are less than $1,000 away from hosting a really awesome show match, $2,000 away from hosting a really big AMA with myself, Zombie Grub, and members who are staying in the house. There's a lot of cool build up for that. But anyways, I think the brackets are finalizing or finalized.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. So some of the names were trimmed from this, but a lot weren't. Wow, there's a lot of really good matches, Zombie Grub.
Hold on.
The bottom side is all Terran, though. Oh. Stylish, Kelazur, Jakshi, Innovation, Bunny. Good luck with that bracket. I'm not touching that one until we get to the round of 8.
Fine.
I do love
Who do you want to
PvT.
cast?
You know what? I know it's a little bit... it's not quite the hype side of it. I wouldn't mind checking Major out to see how he's doing with the house. It's a good way to measure up where he's at. Alternatively, I think that Classic and Silky... when we're playing Keen could be a lot of fun, or GuMiho and Super, or M Canning. Fuck it, I don't know. Like you pick. I'm happy with all of them.
Natural and Creator.
I'm happy with all of the not TVTs. So you select, and I will follow Madam.
How about? Well,
we gotta go quick though.
Oh my God.
I know. You're on the
I'm gonna
spot. Don't panic.
Nope. I'm gonna go with GuMiho versus Super.
All right. Oh, of course, GuMiho just got picked up on a new team, by the way.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen.
Psystorm.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
What I love about this is Psystorm already had True, and I really liked that pickup. That was cool. GuMiho as well. I don't know if that means there's any chance of seeing GuMiho go to North America. He's probably just going to stay in Korea if I had to guess. But regardless, Psystorm has proven to be a good, stable team. not full of bullshit and drama. I mean, the team owner has like 11 cars. They could always sell off if he needs to. I think like, or just one really nice one at least. But
I think he is one really nice one.
Yeah. Can we? Whoops. Can we rehost, please? I will host. Well, Zombie Up, you host.
I already did.
Cool. Alright, I told Super.
Level. Okay. Well, we're just waiting for GuMiho. He probably went to like a ladder game or something. Because he was here.
Yeah, I just saw him online too, and he messaged me on Skype about Ting.
He said, "You want to come in, Apollo?" Apollo wants to come into my room, but Apollo has been biting my cables.
Oh. So Apollo is maybe not allowed in your room. Got it.
You want to come in my room? Okay. He's so cute. And there's no one else awake, you know, and it's just.
I love that Zombie Grub made that out to be almost like a little, like a bit. Like, is that? I think that might just be my cat that's always around. No way!
There he is. I had to lock him out. But now he is calmed down.
Alright, well, we'll give GuMiho a couple minutes to show up, guys. I'm not too worried. I'll message him on Skype.
Oh, nope, Super just stays there. Super does not have a rank on this account. So, it's a little confusing. But that's alright. So, move, cat.
Oh, hey, 47ness is in chat with us, by the way. So, again, if you guys see 47ness in chat, give that guy some love. He donated $96 towards the mega tournament. I think that's a really awesome, very classy thing to do. Also, for those who don't know, because this was asked, I guess, of Zombie Grub while I was getting my new home together, the points thing on the Match Arena page. Just as a brief thing, I'm not going to pretend like I understand this better than anyone else. I'm just as new to it as you guys. However, the way it'll work is it's got a bot in our chat that's going to track points kind of like Partouf. So you'll get like 1 point an hour or something like that. However, if you donate money to the Match Arena page at any point while we're live at the broadcast, you'll get a huge boost, like 5 points an hour type thing. I don't know the exact numbers. I'll find out soon. It's new. Please just give us time to figure it out, guys, before you go jumping into it. But that's how that's going to work. So basically, the more you watch the channel, you can actually contribute and get the points and the raffle tickets and all that. But I have messaged GuMiho on Skype and not gotten a reply, so...
Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, if he did jump into a ladder game, that was kind of ill timing. Would explain why he's not responding.
Well, Golden apparently, unfortunately, doesn't have GuMiho's Kako Talk, so we can't quite page him so easily. But as we said, I'm not worried about it. GuMiho has been a pretty consistent player in most of our events, so if there's a player who's earned a few extra minutes of wait time, it's him. It's him, it's Alive, it's Keen. It's the guys who are always in all of our stuff. But man, your cat has found a very oddly comfy spot, I must say.
I know, right?
Oh, there's GuMiho.
What are you doing?
Ba-boom. That worked out nicely. All right, I am going to treat the stream to a little bit of a preview of something amazing. You've heard this, of course, already, but I started working on map intros. Some of you who are on Tempo's stream heard this before. I know we're not going to Abyssal Reef right now, and I don't have a map intro to show you right now, but I did write a song, and I got Tempo to sing it. So this is going to be the map intro song for Abyssal Reef. So while we wait for GuMiho to get his breath caught, enjoy listening.
He's ready.
The Vespine is always greener in somebody else's base. You dream about blowing up theirs, but they have a real good race. Just look at the map around you, right here on Abyssal Reef. As ultras and links surround you, so make like a tree and leave under the sea. Typing GG, darling, it's better typing those letters. Take it from me. After that game, they rage all day. Typing mean words is not okay. Multiple scanners, that's not good manners. Just type GG.
All right, there you guys go. I couldn't wait to share that with somebody, anybody. You guys got to hear the preview, and I know it's not Abyssal Reef, but that's something we've been working on amongst some of the other map intros, so a bit of a teaser, if you will. But hopefully the intros come out looking good. We'll have those sooner rather than later. But ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the BTSL. This is, of course, powered, aka sponsored by Twitch. I'm Rifkin, casting with Zombie. I've been in the very first best of 3 today to kick off the series. In the upper left, we got the Pink Protoss. Super.
In the bottom right is the red Terran. He is GuMiho.
And GuMiho, of course, again, we talked about it before, but just recently, as in like, I feel like 7 hours ago, was announced to be on now Sidestorm Gaming, so that's pretty rad. I was talking to a couple of the Koreans. I'm not going to name who because I don't know if they want this information out there, but it was kind of interesting. I asked, what's the dynamic going on right now? Like, are you guys really stressed out not having a team? Is it different not having this sort of salaried income? And I guess the general consensus, and again, this is like third-party information, so I'm not speaking for anybody, but the general consensus has been a lot of these guys have kind of enjoyed the freedom. Some people, and I'm going to actually say GuMiho specifically has told me this himself, have enjoyed just getting to live at home. You have your parents take care of you or whatever. But I guess some of these guys actually went and picked up some jobs, like part-time, full-time, whatever, and joining these foreign teams, because you're seeing a lot of really random, weird foreign pickups, and I guess it's just kind of like a second job for them. So it's kind of like, oh, I get a little bit of salary, I got this job, I still get to play StarCraft. So it's like this really cool win-win, even though it's not like the stable team stuff that they had before. And I'm really glad to know that it's not all doom and gloom like it sometimes appears to be when we take a look at Korea, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone's initial reaction was going to be doom and gloom, but then I was like, I really think it's not going to be as, just absolute despair as everyone thought. It might turn a bit into the wild, wild west, but I feel like it'll be okay, and it's turned out all right.
Yeah, so far so good, at least with our stuff. But again, as 2017 gets deeper in, we'll see. Now, Super, I like that he didn't play so greedy that he didn't go for Mothership Core. We've actually been seeing 2 versions of, I think, Protoss openings, right? The ones that involve the pylon push, the Adept Mothership Core, and of course the probe sneaking across the map. And the other version, where the Protoss players play so greedy going towards Stargates or otherwise that they don't even have a Mothership Core. So things like this Reaper end up being like a little more dangerous than you would expect. So Super just playing this a little, I guess, like the most standard you could in between the two.
Yeah. He was showing some cheese and all-ins last time we saw him, as any Protoss has been changing their style up to do. But yeah, I guess this game he feels okay going regular builds against GuMiho. He did scout, I suppose, that it was a regular build from GuMiho too, because GuMiho is also the type of guy, like as a Terran player, who also does proxies and cheeses and all types of weird stuff. But
yeah. Actually, that's a good point. GuMiho might not be quite the trigger-happy proxy your factory like Beyond might, but he is somebody who's willing to do it.
It's so funny that you would consider Beyond more of a cheeser than GuMiho, when for a very long time I would consider GuMiho the bigger cheeser.
I think it's what I've seen more recently, right? Like, I'm not going to disagree. I've seen my fair share of GuMiho cheesy games that look silly and weird, right? And I feel like the more we've cast both of these guys recently, it kind of goes like beyond the innovation than GuMiho in my mind of like who's willing to throw their buildings across the map versus Protoss.
Well, it's a Widowmine drop, not proxied, and getting right to that main base. Super should be prepared for this. It's the most obvious location and the most used build for the Terrans. Fairly quick robotics bay is a little bit interesting from Super. It's probably just for Colossus. How quick it is. Oh no.
Yeah, I've actually really enjoyed seeing Nee brought back the disruptor drops, which was kind of cool.
Perfect defense.
Just Colossus. Shroom5 donated $2.50. Thank you so very much. He says, "Yay for being awake despite NA." I know this feels, my friend.
Damn, you awake. Really odd hour.
Well, thank you for joining us either way. Yeah. Now, the observer across the map, I like that he didn't leave this hanging in the base for too long. I think just over years of time, Terran have gotten very good at checking and blind scouting and scanning, so The Observer out here will catch move outs. He, of course, doesn't have control of the Watchtower. That currently belongs to GuMiho. But upon scouting that Robo, I think for GuMiho, he knew it was going to be Colossus, so I really like to see this tank production coming out of him. Tanks, of course, right now, probably the best for the early game knockdown of the Colossus, but eventually you work up to that point where you've got 4 medevacs, and you can start looking towards things like Liberators. Oh,
Yeah.
which, by the way, since the last time we cast, have been slightly tuned down. Liberators have lost 10 damage in their transformation mode, so I'm curious to see how much of a presence I guess they're going to have in the Protoss matchup right now.
Right. Well, with Colossus, you have a lot less people willing to go a lot of Liberators against him. Once upon a time, Colossus were the answer Liberators, and then when they came back, people were still trying to use Liberators almost as an answer to Colossus. But it's kind of all been agreed upon that just going into Vikings with mass bio on the ground is the way to go. It's the heart of the Swarm, really. I like Super's like pushing out here. I think he saw that it was tanks with that Observer, so trying to get them before they siege up is the best way to go. His army's not very big. He could cancel his third Nexus if he has to, and he might have to. Like, 1 Colossus is not enough damage against this many Marines, but 2 is.
That tank positioning's nice, but at the same time, 2 tanks is also very scary. Remember, these tanks deal 70 damage a shot, and that's not a problem for these units that are 13 yards away, right? He does have range on the Nexus. If he really wanted to knock this down, I think he could, but he doesn't want to risk losing the tanks this early, so not a bad move to fall back off this. Tanks are not so easy to crank out for Terran, not this early on. Once you're on 3 bases, that's a different story.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised GuMiho is consistently making tanks too. Like, you can stop at 2 if you know, 2 defensively works out, and then 2 for a nice push works out, and then you go back into Widow Mines or something, right? But they actually include tanks as well as starting to build Vikings. I'm not sure exactly when he's planning on getting a second starport, if he ever is. I mean, he still hasn't gotten a third CC after all, so 2 base all in might be the way to go.
That's what it's kind of feeling like right now. GuMiho certainly got the army supply out of this. Retaining those tanks from earlier means he's got the big tech army count for it, and of course, as we can see here, some free shots in the middle of the map are always nice. I think that the hesitance here might be combat shields. I wonder if that'll be the trigger to actually push and go.
Might be. I mean, GuMiho controlling the map is only going to last for so long. As Super continues, well, I don't know if he can do building a Colossus. He's up to 3 now. If you have 3 Colossus, you can kind of start controlling the map if, like, they're not paying attention. But GuMiho did take a 3rd base, and he does already have Vikings. That might be why Super's a little scared. And that, 3 Vikings now, but maybe it's 7 by the time he's had to push. And, like, if you don't have enough Stalkers, then you're kind of screwed. I think Blink recently finished up. He is adding on enough units, and his upgrades are on the way to go for Double Forge.
Thanks,
nice.
Siege. This could be a good fight for GuMiho, honestly. But the Vikings not being focus fired by the Stalkers is a problem. So that Colossus is getting focus fired by the tanks, getting shot by the Vikings. One goes down immediately, and of course the other one's already almost dead.
Yeah, that actually was pretty bad by Super to take that fight, but he didn't really... There's not many choices here. Like, if GuMiho gets to this spot, then he's kind of in a difficult position. If he doesn't get to it, but Super has to take an engagement, it still would be difficult, and this actually looks like it's the game.
Yeah, this is, by the way, is why I've been a really big fan of seeing those Disruptors come back into it. Maybe you put more money into the Immortals, but the point is breaking that tank line. Kind of impossible. And he's just going to be bullied back by the tanks and pushed back by the Vikings. And these Colossus have, I gotta say, like, have they killed anything this game?
No, the Colossus ended up being very useful at all. I mean, tanks are going to be pretty good on Belshir. Liberators would be too, so now we do see GuMiho getting a couple. Now that he's kind of just taking care of the Colossus count, but this was pretty aggressive, and Super didn't actually meet them halfway. He never seemed to have enough Blink Stalkers.
Last
on those
Colossus
Vikings.
goes down.
And those tanks did a lot of damage.
Yeah, GuMiho's running away with the game now. 94 army supply, tanks mostly unscathed through all of this, so 5 of them can keep pressing the front lines. And while there are Immortals out, you pointed out, there's Liberators coming. And unfortunately, those Immortals, they might just, there's a slim chance they take on the tanks. There's 0 chance they take on the Liberators.
Yeah. I think Super knows it's over as well, but he's refusing to accept that he just lost so easily, kind of. Like, GuMiho pushed once, played it safe, pushed twice, and then that was it.
I feel like the dynamic of this matchup, though, is crazy, because we watch a somewhat passive game, like a failed Widow Mine drop, lead into Terran snowballing. But I would actually put this on on Super a little bit for playing passive, because at the same time, when we're watching players like Classic and Hero get dirty and aggressive and use Stargates, like Terran look like putty in their hands.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes they ugly fail too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not at all trying to make statements about balance. I'm just saying that this game, passive play, did not work for Super, and GuMiho ran away with that first map.
He really did.
Now, of course, it's Super's map pick. That's the one advantage to losing. You do have a little bit of map control, and maybe you're a little bit more inclined to pick a bigger, maybe you want a smaller map. I'll find out what he wants in a moment. We don't have any actual vetoes for this in terms of, like, the Alima League, for example. We only use 5 of the 7 maps. We, of course, just use all 7 maps. And we'll give him a moment to pick. I do want to talk about some other cool stuff, though, while we're waiting. So it's not been officially announced yet, but you base trade good tuner inners, I don't know how to phrase that, fans, we'll get a little bit of the preview. We've just finished the planning for the BaseTradeTV map contest, and we're going to do something really cool with this. So if you guys remember last year when we held the contest, we had one big tournament, and it focused all on the foreigners testing the new maps, right? We're going to have that, but then we're also going to have a splintered off division where we're going to cast sort of an in-house, like we're going to invite 4 Korean players over to the BaseTradeTV house in Korea. We're going to have 4 players from the house. I don't know who yet. I'm going to let them pick, but it's probably going to be Scarlet, Major, Kellizer, and Time, if I had to guess. I don't know yet, of course, but anyways. So it'll be 4 versus 4, foreigner versus Koreans, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So you'll get like a little bit of a bonus tournament to go with the map test tournament. So these maps we're seeing now, this is of course Season 2, and Season 3 is a long, long way off, but map makers are already quite busy designing maps. You've seen Avax probably posting a couple of his designs on Twitter/Reddit, and there's a lot of really cool stuff coming up, and I'm very excited to be throwing all this together. But to give you guys an idea, the tournament itself will be taking place on the week of the 20th, so before Katowice.
Cool.
But yeah, that's our unofficial announcement. You guys like announcements of announcements? How about unofficial announcements? What up? You guys, of course, are still watching the BTSL game number 2. Spawning in the bottom left, he's up 1 game at the moment. It's the blue Terran player GuMiho. Recently have joined Storm Gaming.
In the bottom right, as the red Protoss on Dopin. It is Super. It's like the only non-Terran.
Yeah, I know. It's like Keen, Alive, like literally every Terran you can think of that's not on a major team already, and then Super. But just going back on that last game a little bit, again, not trying to draw balance into the question for things, but I do want to give a little bit of compliments to GuMiho. From that first sort of pullback from the 3rd to just the way he was setting up his army, I loved the way he used his tanks. And I feel there's not really a lot of ways to display that now. Of course, before you could like pick up, drop micro the tanks. It was really obvious if you knew what you were doing there. But the sort of just like caution and care to keep them at max range, not overstepping his bounds. I really liked the way GuMiho handled his tanks in that game.
You like a man who can handle his tanks?
I love a man who can handle his tanks. If I'm swiping on Tinder and I see that you can handle your tanks, I'm swiping right, baby. No, you know what? I'm swiping up because that's a super like.
Oh boy, someone knows how Tinder works. Anyway,
you know what's sad?
Yeah.
I actually cleared out all of my contacts because I felt like if I'm gonna move, I'm gonna start like fresh slate with Tinder too. Except for you, Zombie Grub.
Mwah. Mwah.
You who never uses Tinder are my only match at the moment.
Woo! Hey. Yeah, I don't. I did use it when I was out with friends, because I was telling them how I used Tinder and I thought it was really fun.
Dude, you
and
nailed
like,
it in Korea.
Yeah, I get so many likes, man. Like, just like swipe it and they're like, and I'm like, fuck
16-year-old girl likes all over the place.
Oh, that makes it
like
weird,
totally.
Okay. So GuMiho is gonna go for a 1 base Wouldn't Mind drop instead of a 2 base. It does hit a little bit earlier. It's a little more obnoxious for the Protoss to defend.
Yeah, and
also if they don't scout, then they're just not gonna know.
Well, Super didn't go right into Robo, so this might be a problem with detection for him. This could pay off for GuMiho. Of course, Super did poke over and see no command center was down, so he's got to know something's up. There's the Robo. Okay. So, I mean, this isn't oddly timed, but I was like, don't delay this, man, because you could be in some bad trouble if you do.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about the timing at which he saw the natural, but this is going to be a fairly safe build.
Well, this, by the way, is also kind of a bit of the opposite of Game 1. You'll notice no Mothership Core this game. That is, of course, in favor of getting Resonating Glaives out faster, but more importantly, that Robo. So, for Super, it's like, okay, the Mothership Core will be here. It's just like, he's not... It's a slight... Like, it's a different build from last game is the point I'm trying to make.
Going Resonating Glaives and putting the Chrono into that, like, he is looking to be more aggressive, and I just noticed he even stopped, like, building probes.
Oh.
So...
Change his
Chrono
there.
Yeah, get a Warp Prism? Nope, he's gonna get an Immortal. So, I mean, busting the front's still not a bad option, especially since GuMiho doesn't already have bunker and supply depots down there, because obviously he just put his command center down there, and, well, it's possible he can actually do some damage in a counterattack. If this fails, especially.
Oh, I like that Umbro of the Widow Mine. That's a cool micro out of Super too, but this is getting messy. 5 probes killed.
7. He could have probably gotten that last one. The Mothership Core actually gets really low, and that finally wasn't quite done. That was very scary, but just pick up and go somewhere else. 9 probes is a very effective one-base opener, and getting any amount of units is also going to be pretty damn good.
I think the Observer will be out in time, but I don't know if there'll be anything to kill the Widow Mine. He's focused on the Marines right now. If he doesn't pop that overcharge, that Widow Mine's going to get another shot.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh,
and it's a good one, too. 20 workers killed, Zombie Grub. It's a Gummy God.
This is really terrible. Super, even if he does counterattack at this point in time, he won't be able to reinforce. Like, he even has stopped mining gas, which he needs at least some of to build a couple more adepts.
And he gets out of there alive with 2 of the Marines. Liberator steps in. There's no pylon over the natural. If I'm Super, God. I'm just punching on the wall right now. GG.
Damn. Damn. Owned.
Well, now you guys can see that GuMiho was quite a good pickup for Sidestorm Gaming. By the way, Breaking GG is, I think, a Chinese player, right? Been impressing a lot of us. If he beats Cloudy, the winner plays Beyond. That could be exciting.
Not impressing us by signing up for the right qualifier.
Yeah, and also, I don't know if you saw the NA bracket. I had to go through a dares and clean it up because, like, I think there's 22 signups, 18 of which were, like, ineligible to play.
Jesus.
It was pretty bad. But, all right, that concludes the first series of the day. I keep thinking my camera's up here. I moved it over here. I got to stop doing that. What's up, everybody? How you doing? But yeah, we should have some more games coming up in a moment. We're going to go to the very first commercial break of the day. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll find out who we're casting next when we're back from the break. I got to say, though, is there any Zerg on this at all other than Silky, I guess?
Solar.
Lucira and Solar. Okay. But, of course, they're matching each other next, potentially. Damn it. All right. We'll see you guys here in a few minutes.